Dinosaurs lived in a world where survival was never guaranteed. Predators lurked in every ecosystem, climates shifted over time, and competition for food and space was constant. In such an environment, the survival of the next generation was critical. For a long time, dinosaurs were thought to reproduce like simple reptiles, laying eggs and leaving them to fate. However, fossil evidence has revealed a far more complex and fascinating story. Many dinosaurs were attentive parents, investing time, energy, and behavior into protecting, nurturing, and guiding their young. Parenting was one of the hidden keys to dinosaur success and long-term dominance. The strongest evidence for dinosaur parenting comes from fossilized nests. Across North America, Asia, Europe, and South America, scientists have discovered nesting grounds containing carefully arranged eggs. These nests were not scattered randomly. They were built with intention, often in circular or organized patterns that allowed heat distribution and airflow. Some nesting sites contain dozens or even hundreds of nests layered over time, showing that dinosaurs return to the same locations year after year. This behavior mirrors modern birds and suggests strong instinctual attachment to safe breeding grounds. The structure of dinosaur eggs reveals additional insight into parenting strategies. Dinosaur eggs varied greatly depending on species. Some had thick shells for protection against predators and environmental stress, while others were thinner to allow more efficient gas exchange for developing embryos. Microscopic analysis of eggshells shows pores that regulated oxygen and moisture levels, indicating that eggs were adapted to specific nesting conditions. The way eggs were arranged in nests suggests that dinosaurs carefully positioned them to control temperature and humidity. One of the most famous discoveries supporting active parenting is the fossil evidence of Oviraptor. Several specimens were found preserved directly on top of nests, with arms spread protectively around the eggs. This posture is nearly identical to modern birds brooding their nests. These fossils show that some dinosaurs incubated their eggs using body heat and physical protection. This behavior requires prolonged attention and exposes the parent to danger, indicating a high level of parental investment. Hadrosaur dinosaurs provide some of the clearest evidence of long-term care after hatching. Fossil nesting sites reveal eggs, hatchlings, juveniles, and adults found together. Hatchlings were extremely small, with poorly developed limbs and teeth, making them incapable of walking or feeding themselves immediately. This means parents must have stayed nearby, bringing food and guarding the nest. Bone growth studies show rapid development in juveniles, suggesting they were well fed and protected during early life stages. Theropod dinosaurs, including close relatives of birds, show strong evidence of parental care as well. Fossils indicate that some theropods guarded nests, defended nesting territories, and possibly shared incubation duties. Feathers likely played a major role in parenting. Feathers could insulate eggs, protect hatchlings from cold or rain, and conceal nests from predators. Feathered arms may have been used to shelter young, much like wings are used by birds today. Sauropods, the largest dinosaurs, likely used a very different strategy. Due to their immense size, direct incubation was probably impossible. Instead, sauropods laid large numbers of eggs in carefully chosen locations, such as sandy areas or warm environments where natural heat aided incubation. While individual parental care may have been minimal, this strategy relied on numbers. By producing many offspring, sauropods increased the chance that some would survive despite heavy predation. Ceratopsians and other herbivorous dinosaurs show evidence of group-based parenting. Bone beds containing juveniles of similar ages suggest that young dinosaurs lived together in groups, possibly guarded by adults. Living in groups would have reduced the risk of predation and allowed young dinosaurs to learn survival behaviors. Trackways also show adults moving alongside juveniles, adjusting their pace to accommodate smaller individuals, indicating active supervision and protection. Parenting extended beyond physical protection. Young dinosaurs needed to learn how to survive. They had to recognize predators, identify food sources, and understand social behaviors. Adults likely played a role in this learning process. In herd species, young dinosaurs may have learned simply by staying close to adults, observing movements, feeding habits, and responses to danger. This form of social learning increases survival and strengthens group cohesion. Communication was essential in parenting. Hatchlings likely produce sounds to signal hunger, fear, or distress. Adults may have responded with calls, physical contact, or movement. Visual signals such as posture, head movement, and tail positioning may have helped guide young dinosaurs and warn them of danger. These communication systems required awareness, memory, and responsiveness, indicating cognitive complexity. Feathers may have enhanced communication between parents and offspring. Feathers could change shape, position, or color to signal mood or intention. A parent displaying feathers may have reassured young warned predators or signaled readiness to move. In nesting colonies, visual signals would have helped parents identify their own offspring among many others. Environmental conditions strongly influenced parenting behavior. In harsh climates or predator-rich environments, greater parental care improved survival rates. In stable environments with abundant resources, producing many offspring with less individual care could be effective. This flexibility shows that dinosaurs adapted their reproductive strategies to their environments, evolving behaviors that maximized success. Growth patterns provide further insight. Many dinosaurs grew rapidly, as shown by growth rings in bones. Rapid growth reduced vulnerability to predators, but required consistent access to food. This supports the idea that parents or social groups played a role in providing food or protection during early life. Juveniles that survive their early stages are more likely to reach adulthood, reinforcing the importance of parenting. Parenting also shaped social structure. Species with strong parental care likely formed stable social groups. These groups provided protection, learning opportunities, and cooperative behavior. Over time, such social systems may have increased intelligence, communication, complexity, and adaptability. Modern birds provide a living window into dinosaur parenting. Nest building, incubation, feeding chicks, defending young, and teaching survival behaviors are all inherited from dinosaur ancestors. Crocodilians, another close relative, also show protective parenting, guarding nests and responding to hatchling calls. These behaviors help scientists reconstruct how dinosaur families may have lived. The idea of dinosaurs as careless or emotionless animals is no longer supported by evidence. Parenting requires attention, memory, communication, and risk. Fossils show that many dinosaurs were attentive caregivers, capable of nurturing behaviors that rival those of modern animals. These behaviors reflect intelligence, social bonding, and adaptability. Parenting behaviors helped dinosaurs survive mass extinctions, climate shifts, and ecological competition for millions of years. Species that successfully protected and raised young were more likely to pass on their genes. Over time, parenting became a powerful evolutionary advantage. Dinosaur nests were centers of life, activity, and learning. They were places where young dinosaurs took their first breaths, heard their first calls, and learned the behaviors that would define their lives. Parents guarded these spaces fiercely, knowing that the future of their species depended on them. In conclusion, dinosaur parenting behaviors were diverse, complex, and deeply important. Some dinosaurs incubated eggs, guarded nests, fed hatchlings, and protected others relied on group defense or high reproductive numbers. All of these strategies were successful in different ways. Parenting was not a minor detail of dinosaur life. It was one of the foundations of their long-term success. Understanding dinosaur parenting transforms how we see these ancient animals. They were not just giants and predators, but protectors, teachers, and caregivers. Their world was filled with family bonds, communication, and survival strategies that echo through time. Parenting behaviors helped dinosaurs dominate Earth for over 165 million years, leaving a legacy that still lives on today in birds. The last surviving dinosaurs.